Good morning, everyone. Hello to you all, and happy Easter to you all. Welcome to the program. If you've never watched it before, my name, as you may have surmised, is RJ, and today I will be making coffee in my underwear on this wonderful Easter Sunday morn. Can we say morn? Can we start saying morn? Because you get the ing. And what's the point? What else are you confusing morn with? Let's talk about the underwear. The underwear I'm wearing are very hip, very nice. They're beneath. The fine people at Beneath were sweet enough to gift me these. Long tag, but let me just tuck that in, and maybe later I could use it to wipe. The color of this is it's called Yosemite, which is very nice, very interesting. And hello to you all. Taylor says happy Easter. Rye says good morning, everybody. Val says morning. Jasmine Duke says, well, hello, people. Clarence says, hi, RJ. Happy Easter, buddy. Thanks for wearing blue for Autism Awareness Month. I'm aware because I'm wearing blue. And the name of this, can anyone name the color of these underwear? It's a very specific name. I've never heard it before, but I like it. So get a good look, everyone, and then let me know what the color is. But from the fine people at Beneath, today's underwear brought to you today by Beneath. This is their classic, your everyday favorite, although today is my Sunday favorite. Increased comfort, increased performance. There's a imaginary hand holding my balls, which is kind of what it feels like, but a very soft hand. Someone who moisturizes very well. Three-dimensional lift and support. Lee says good morning. Good morning to you, RJ. Ty says hello, everyone. Rye says good morning, Miss Duke. Okay, this isn't about me. Ty said, RJ, please put your ass cheek away. That's kind of the point of the program. Aaron says good morning. Nails New York says Prussian blue. That is not the name of the blue. That is not the name. Balthazar says good morning. Nails New York says happy Easter. Spot Center said Easter eggs. Yes. Well, I wanted to color some, and then I realized the eggs I had were not only not hard boiled, they were brown. So that was going to be quite difficult for me. Chris said, good morning, everyone. The underwear looks like royal blue. No, it is not royal blue. Keep trying. Spot Center said the white or the yolk. I don't eat the yolks. They're fattening and too oily for me. Frustrates me. Clarence said, RJ, my birthday week is here. This Friday, I'm facing my next chapter, turning the big 35. I don't think that's the big. I think anything that ends with a 0 is considered the big. I'm so overwhelmed with so much love and support. Well, I support you and everything that you're attempting to do. Demaria said, good morning, RJ. Mike and Amy Allen said periwinkle blue. Good guess. Val said cerulean. No. Aixa said good and many blessings for all. Morning, happy Easter. The name of this color is Yosemite. I've never heard it called that before, but I like it. And I'm going to continue referring to them as my Yosemite underwear. Isn't that nice? It's kind of like I would say like a tealish blue. Do we need more light in this world? Maybe. Oh Lord, there's the sock. That should be better. There we go. That's a little nicer. Yes. You look good today, said William. Aaron said cobalt, and well, she's just late to the party now. But I am here today, and I appreciate all your love and support on Easter. And Easter is, historically a very weird holiday because there's a lot of good that happened, but then a lot of bad, Well, the bad happened first and then the good. Because you think of Christmas. Christmas is pretty much historically all good, Nothing bad happened on Christmas. I mean, the king was like, I don't know about this kid. Let's keep an eye on him. But that was pretty much it. Easter, bloodshed, torture, horrible things, and then good at the end. I do want to know, now that Lent is over, what you gave up for it and how you're unbreaking your vow. RJ said, is it tealish blue or heelish blue? No, it's Yosemite. Johnny Cliche said, RJ, you lovely little devil. How are you? I'm reflecting on Easter, as we all should do. Jeff said, pancakes or waffles? I believe we've had this discussion before. I'm voting for pancakes always. There's so many more different kinds of pancakes to me than your standard hotel waffle. Speaking of, Val Pancake said, oh my God, it's the color of my hair. Isn't that sweet? Ty said, I fully support you wearing blue. Thank you. Spot Center said, Yosemite Sam was a cantankerous old coot. Another phrase that needs to come back. And I'm a cantankerous younger coot. Body Slammer said, is that color got anything to do with Yosemite Sam? To my knowledge, no. I feel like it has to do with the it's a good question. I don't know the etymology of Yosemite as it pertains to the beneath underwear. Body Slammer, we did that. Nails New York said, Lent happened? I guess. Dan said, I'm not religious. I gave up nothing. Good. And then you shall lose nothing. You see how it works, Dan? Queen says, what is your favorite Easter candy? I'm gonna have one. Hold on. I'm a big fan of, well, it's got chocolate on it because it was sitting in a donut. But I'm a big fan of these. You know what I'm talking about? That they almost look like a robin's egg. They feel very chalky. And there's a little, if you pay attention. But there's other ones that have a bigger, and I think that bigger one is my favorite. But not bad. Just the outer casing. So whatever these are, you call them eggs. That's it. But nobody knows what you're talking about. You're on the street, you say eggs. Give me 20 different things. Clarence said, and this is how I choke and no one hears from me. Clarence said, RJ, I'll keep trying to tweet to Scott Dawson, who is now Dax Harwood, and Dash Wilder, who is now Cash Wheeler, in hopes of them wanting to be on your show. I'm sure someday, some way they will come on. Val said, pancakes is clearly the answer over waffles, and they knew I liked you. Nails New York said, I have a giant chocolate T-Rex instead of a chocolate egg. Rah, isn't that exciting? You know, that's the thing about making things like chocolate like that. T-Rex usually eats people. Now you're eating it. What a fun turn of events. Rye said waffles because chicken and pancakes sound weird. Okay, fair enough. Again, we're musing on Easter. We're talking about Lent. And we can talk about religion and life and love. And I'll take your $5 song requests. There's a button down there. But I do want to start off with, you know, there's plenty of Easter songs. There's really only one Easter song, which is Easter Parade. And I do know it if anyone's in the mood to hear it. Chris said, I've distanced myself on organized religion, so nothing. Good for you. Dan said, I grew up Catholic. I know how it works. So did I, Dan. Isn't it weird? Aren't all those people just weird? Johnny said, the malted milk robin's eggs are great. That's what I was talking about. That's what I wanted. Ty said, now this is an ASMR video with me chewing. Amelia said, Cadbury Easter egg, silly. I guess that's what they're called. There's got to be other places. What if they're non-Cadbury? What if they're an off-brand? Val said, I grew up and was raised Catholic. I give up nothing as an adult. The first Friday I ate meat was the best hamburger I've ever had in my life. There's something very exciting, and I think that's why people have such a sexual revolution. There's always something about being repressed and then getting to release. Speaking of, I have no idea what this coffee is, but we shall release it. That's the thing. I feel like if everyone was, you know, way more open and less blasphemous-ish about sex, then no one would even want to have it. They'd be like, ah, this doesn't sound cool. It's kind of gross. Here we go. That's for ta-da. There we are on this wonderful, it's a dark day. Oh, we have a request from Rye. He wants Return to Pooh Corner, Kenny Loggins. Well, as you know, Rye, I'm a big Kenny Loggins fan. And at the top of my list, for sure, is Return to Pooh Corner. Where we going now? I think we're going back. We're not going there. Yes, we're going back. To Pooh, to Pooh, to Pooh. Back to Pooh Corner. To Pooh, to Pooh, to Pooh. Return to Pooh Corner. We're going back to it all started now. There's a sheep and there are some cows. We're going back to Pooh. To Pooh, to Pooh, to Pooh. We're going back to Pooh Corner. Return to Pooh Corner. That's where it's at. Return to Pooh Corner. Hey, bring your hat. It's gonna be windy. It's gonna be fun. Look out for rain, but watch out for sun. Return to Pooh Corner. Return to Pooh to Pooh. To Pooh to Pooh to Pooh. Return to Pooh Corner. That was the wonderful Return to Pooh Corner by Kenny Loggins. Dan has a song request. Real Big Fish's cover of Hungry Like the Wolf. Hungry like the wolf. Okay, real big fish. Hungry like the wolf. Time to eat. Have a snack and a salad or two. Maybe a little sandwich for me and for you. I'm hungry in this diner, and there could be nothing finer. But look, there's a wolf, and I relate to him. I wonder if he eats as much as me, 'cause I'm hungry like the wolf. Dun, dun, dun. That was Hungry Like the Wolf by Real Big Fish. A lot of people don't know that cover was a lot different than the real song. Oh, hold on, the water is boiling. Stay with me. You know, I suggested Easter Parade was a song that I knew how to sing, and people are throwing out Pooh Corner and Hungry Like the Wolf, specific covers of Hungry Like the Wolf. Like, I'm listening to these things, and I'm doing the best that I can. There we go. Let's all listen to this as Easter floats away. It's been a wonderful day. We're all cooped up in the house. It's not even sunny here. You think Easter, you think pastel colors and sun, rebirth, rejuvenation, moving rocks and stones and things of that nature. Okay. There we are. That was always a crazy story, you know? When they moved the stone. Here we go. We're in focus. Nicholas has another song. It's a song I am familiar with from a British children's TV show. That was Clay? Were they claymation? All right. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, in his black and white hat. A Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, in his black and white hat. Bum bum ba 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 da. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. That was the theme song from Postman Pat. R.W. Parnells says, what are you doing for Easter dinner? Eating the same stuff I usually eat. We no longer have the resources to make a big thing, nor am I getting together with anyone. But I will have ice cream and a lot of chocolate. Today is my cheat day. So I like to, a good rule of thumb for me is that I like to eat and keep eating and eating and eating until, you know, when you burp and there's just a little vomit. That's how I know. That's like the stop alarm for me. So I'm looking forward to that smorgasbord when this is over tonight. Queen's Army sent $1.99 and said Volare, Dean Martin. As much as I want to sing that, that's not exactly the price. So I have to play by my own rules, you understand. Although if anyone does want to hear Volare, I sing the full version, which includes both English and Italian. Clarence said, thank you very much, RJ. I'm so happy you're part of my life. That's so sweet of you. I hope to be on your show with Tommy Dreamer and Peppa Pox. And I'll be in my briefs to enjoy a great time with you someday. Angel said, happy Easter, sweetheart. That's so nice. Nell said, we need more information on the ice cream. Well, sometimes I like to go to Dairy Queen. And if I've calculated my macros correctly, I like to have 2 blizzards. One mint Oreo, because I like the, you know, the when you have some mint and it goes out all up in your stuff. That's a great feeling, and I like it even when I'm having ice cream. But then before that, I will say, you know, maybe I'll have a strawberry something, strawberry cheesecake, something like that. Oh, Queens. Okay, Queens gave the rest of the Volare. They're near all of it into the city. Incoming traveler. Volare, oh, e cantare, oh. And then I don't know if these are the Italian. Nel blu, de pinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. E volavo, venice un alto, sono montono na più. I'm just making this up. In the news is condosa, no needs an pasta farne. And the music and goes the pasta farne. Volare, whoa, e cantare, whoa. And now here's the English. Let's fly way up to the clouds. Away from the maddening clouds, we can sing in the glow of the star that we know of, where love is in joy, peace, and mind. Let us leave this illusion and all this confusion behind. Just like birds of a feather, our rainbow together we'll find. Volare, whoa, e cantare, whoa, nel blu dipinto di blu. Dan Fiddler donated $3.50 and said, "If you know, you know. I don't know. So you're gonna have to explain it to me. I don't know what you're talking about." KDM said Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra. That was Dean Martin. Stokely donated a sweet $13.99 for the Raccoons theme song, "Run With Us," which I'm okay. Run away, run with the raccoons. Where we're going, it's a forest for you. Running away with the raccoons. Dun, 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 dun. Hey there, look, let's follow that raccoon. Where we going, there's a lot of moss. Where's the mulch? Is anyone seen the mulch? We're running with the raccoons. Come along and run with us. That's a good idea. Come along and run with us. There's a lot of mulch. Come along and run with us. Run with us, the raccoons. Dum, dum, dum. That was the Raccoons theme song, the wonderful animated series. Run with us. Thank you, Stokely. Chris said, "My father loves DQ. When I was working with him, the only fast food places we went to were McDonald's, Subway, and Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen, ice cream wise, fast food wise, top of my list. Not for anything else. Not for Orange Julius." Tom R said, "RJ, I paid you to sing The Gambler last week to give me poker luck, and I won $220 that day. Thanks, champ. You knew when to walk away, and you didn't run, and I appreciate that. That's so nice. And what a return on your investment." Nail said, "Look at that face when he sings. What a cutie. Whoever could you be talking about?" Queen said, "Thank you. Wonder job." Spot Time said, "It's a living. That Angelian vehicle never did get the credit it's deserved." Dan said, "I wonder if he knows the DuckTales theme song." DuckTales. I literally know that. That's it. I've sung it for you. Katie said, "Who do prefer?" Rye said, "Arby's." I got sick once. We were on a field trip in high school to Washington, D.C. And if you drive from here to Washington, D.C., one second, please. If you drive from here to Washington, D.C., you're going to pass a lot of bad states on the way. A lot of Pennsylvania, things of that nature, what have you. Look, there's some nice parts of Pennsylvania, but there's also some bad parts. I don't want to be derogatory towards the state of Pennsylvania. They know their problems. So we stopped at a rest stop, and for whatever reason, the only thing that was open was Arby's. So everyone got Arby's, and everyone was disgusted by it because we don't really have it here that much. Like, it's not a normal thing. There's like maybe 3 Arby's in Canada. So I get excited when there's free food. So if there's people who, aren't going to finish their food, I will eat it, even if it's bad, because it's free. So I got terribly, terribly sick. Queen said, "It's hard to eat clean and travel as much as you do. There's always something to be had. There's always a fruit somewhere." Spot Tenor said, "I threw up on Miss Reese at the end of a field trip on the bus in Pennsylvania." Well, maybe it's just a state. Maybe it's not us at all. Dan said, "Pennsylvania is the greatest state in the union." I love Sheets. I love going to Sheets. And Pittsburgh has 3 Mr. Rogers statues. Katie said, "How long have you held a Blizzard upside down?" By the way, if you're ordering a Blizzard, there's a hot tip in the store. If you're in the store and they don't do this, they go like this before they give it to you to show you, oh, it's so thick. It's not gonna come out, a little magic trick. There's a thing where it says if they don't do that for you, it's free. So be vigilant and watch them. Because if you just get this and not this, get yourself a free Blizzard. Nails in New York said, "RJ, what do you think of all this Rhonda stuff?" Well, I'm a very, very big fan of Rhonda Shear. And, she, I think, found her niche, but I don't think she made the most of it. And hopefully maybe there's a way to come back. The USA Network's still around. She's going to host Up All Night again. Who knows? So, but my love and my blessings go out to the wonderful, the only Rhonda I know, Rhonda Shear. Demaria said, "Hey RJ, I'm playing Payday 2. Or did you beat Payday 1, or did you just skip to the sequel? That's what I want to know. Who's playing Leisure Suit Larry?" Ty said, "Pennsylvania, negative. I think Ty is a Pennsylvania native, and she has to suffer all the consequences." Jeff said, "Will you eat poutine fries today?" Absolutely not. Why would I do that? I feel like they're disgusting no matter what I have. Like, even as a cheat, I wouldn't have them. They're gross. Fries make me feel gross. Gravy makes me feel gross. And then cheese on top of it, not my bag. Ooh, Tom R said, okay, here's a nice song, Tom. Good request. Luck be a lady tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Luck be a lady tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Dun, 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 dun. A lady doesn't need leave her escort. Dun, dun. It isn't fair. Ba-da-ba. And it's not nice. Dun, dun, dun. A lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. That's a euphemism for sex. So let's keep this party polite. Dun, 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 dun. Never get out of my sight. Dun, 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 dun. Stick with me, baby. I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady tonight. Well, wonderful. Luck be a lady. And that's a good song, Tom. And thank you. I haven't sung that since I was a little Frank Sinatra boy. Oh, and here's another one. Aaron was very tempted. Okay, let's do it. Easter Parade. In your Easter bonnet, with all the frills upon it, you'll be the grandest lady in the Easter parade. Oh, I can write a sonnet about your Easter bonnet and of the gal I'm taking to the Easter parade on the avenue, on Fifth Avenue. This lyric is very confusing. The photographers will snap us, and you'll like the jar in the port of Grafar. Oh, I could write a sonnet about your Easter bonnet and of the girl I'm taking to the Easter parade. That was just for you, Aaron, and there is no parade because they all got canceled, but this is it. This is in place of it. This is the new tradition that we're all doing. We'll just come in here and sing. Yeah, I don't know that line. The photographers will snap us, and we'll book a star. There's that one part that doesn't make any sense. It's all like old words that don't exist anymore. Someone have to look that up and send it to me. KDM said, would you ever consider a duet album with Jesse Jones? Well, if the money is there, yes. Brandon said, I wonder if you're okay all the time. No, but I've made peace with it. Easter Parade or Pride Parade? Color-wise, I'm a pastel guy, so I got to go with the Easter Parade. Although, fun-wise, Ty said, what is the voice you're singing in? I believe it's perhaps a Bing Crosby. I'm not really sure. I don't have any children that I'm mad at, so I don't know. Don't you remember, like in old musicals and stuff, people would be like, oh, and then never again. Spot Center said, Shoop, by the lovely and talented Salt and Pepper. Well, it's only $2, and there's a $5 song request, so I'll just say Shoop. That's all you get so far. Kiana said, oh my God, we could have done a Salt and Pepper duet. You blew it, Kiana. What can I say? What can I say? Nicholas said, what is your favorite cheat meal? I'm going to reiterate and say that mint blizzard. I love it. It's hip. Sorry, I got coffee to make. Let me go. Oh, you're in the photographers will snap us, and you're in the notographer. Oh, Chris said you're in the notographer. Rotographer. Rotographer is basically a printing press. Dear Lord. That's terrible. Okay, let's pour some coffee. Yasmin Du said, y'all just haven't had good gravy. Damn. And she's talking about a certain kind of gravy because she opened with y'all. Gee, I wonder where she's from. Okay, let's press some coffee here. Here we go. Isn't that nice? Let's think about Easter and a time of renewal and a time of rebirth and bettering ourselves and moving rocks and having our friends go, oh my God, where was he? He was just there a minute ago. Okay, there we go. That's good. Thank you, Chris, for filling me in on those horrible, bizarre lyrics. I knew it was a word that doesn't exist anymore. That's why it was not sticking in my brain. Ty said to Jessamine, is that you volunteering to make food? Yeah, Jessamine, why don't you, suck it up and make some gravy and send it over and we can have a nice gravy taste test. I'm sure that'll be fun. It's brown. It's just gross. It just looks gross. Let me tell you something. Biscuits and gravy, I just like the biscuits. Give me a plain, dry biscuit. If it's hot, if it's fresh, who needs your gravy? I feel like gravy is a distraction from bad food. I feel like if you make a bad sandwich or something, you just put a bunch of gravy on it and be like, come on. But if the ingredients are fresh, if they're good, you don't need anything else. If your biscuit was good, you wouldn't need any gravy. Let that be an allegory for your life. Queen said it's not the flavor, but the texture of the gravy I don't like. It's gross and like oily and also creamy. It's making me sick thinking about it. Jeff said, my son Jackson asked if I have ever been rickrolled, speaking of songs. Kind of, yes, I have. Online, multiple times. It catches you when I was younger. Now I'm more vigilant. Now I think to myself, Jackson, I say, I could be rickrolled at any second. So I have to be very aware, So, and prepare yourself, Jackson, because it can happen at any moment. Not now, because I'm not going to put that upon you. Ringo Starr, Gravar. Nell said, who has the better Judas, Jericho or Gaga? The one from Jesus Christ Superstar. Katie said, but do you eat biscuits from Popeyes? I've never been to Popeyes. Val said, biscuits are great for peanut butter and jelly. I can see that, especially if it's hot. Chris said, I love biscuits and gravy, especially on a chicken fried steak. That you're just reading off the Cracker Barrel menu right now. Parnell said, you've obviously never heard of good gravy. No, please save me. I'm stuck in this gravyless world. Please. Everyone's raving about this gravy. I just think it's brown and hot and weird. So excuse me for just stating what I am seeing. As a child, I grew up in a bad gravy neighborhood. Ty said, such enthusiasm over biscuits. I love a biscuit. It's hard on top. It's almost like a crust a little bit. And then you break it and it's warm, hot love in your mouth. Val said, oh, okay, fine. Speaking of rickrolled, sorry, Jackson, I guess I have to rickroll you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and hurt you, desert you. Never gonna say a lie. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never, and then it was like raining. Never wrote good verses. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and hurt you. Never gonna tell a lie. Never gonna say goodbye. Gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Good. Could you imagine his the rebound? He was like, "What? I'm back? Are you sure?" I felt like he made peace with being done. Do you know what I mean? I did it. It was fun. Whatever it was then was good. And now let's just hang out on the ranch. And I was like, "You're back. We're going." Your manager called. You're going on tour. What? Parnell says, our gravy is white. See, I have no idea. And English gravy is better anyway, says Nelson. Your gravy people are all weird. You got white gravy? I didn't even know there was white gravy. What, I don't know, you color your gravy? Is that like an Easter thing? People stand around and color? Dear Lord. Blues Brothers Rubber Biscuit, sure. Val said, don't let people peer pressure you into gravy. Yeah, all you gravy pushers, you're really bullying me. I feel like I'm gravy shamed. Ty said, white gravy might be worse, though. It already looks gross. Katie said, chicken gravy or beef gravy? Well, I like chicken, but I don't like gravy. So, the wonderful Solo Darling is joining us. Go click on her stuff and buy her merch. And she has a Patreon. She wrestles with dogs, which didn't quite come out right. She's like Tiger King, but with dogs, but not evil. Solo said, this rendition is the only version I'll ever want to hear. And she said, oh, thanks. I love my dogs, too. Spot Center said, I was Richard Marx before. Dear Lord, how did that turn out? Nails New York said, we have the weirdest conversations on Sunday morning. Don't we all? Val said, I remember he was on the Macy's Thanksgiving parade several years ago. Bing Crosby or Rick Astley? It must suck to do a parade. I've heard it's a miserable experience. Anyone that has to do like a live, like a Macy's parade, it's cold. Everyone looks like they're freezing. Solo is dead. RW says, you haven't lived until you've had good gravy. And I've been dead for all these years, but I'm looking forward to live. Please help me. Ty said, once social distancing is over, someone please kidnap him and teach him about gravy. Yes, the gravy lesson. RJ learns gravy. A gravy spectacular. Katie said, did you get Solo's dog an Easter present? No, I didn't. It's a failure. And she has multiple dogs and cats. It's expensive, you know. And also, I'm sure she's taking care of them very well. Jay says, I watched you play that Perfect Strangers game for entirely too long. So yes, if you look on my channel while I pour this, I did just play a Perfect Strangers video game. I'm so happy I found it. It's very short, but yet I had to play it until I got perfect. So I played it for a solid 20 minutes. And the video is, generally speaking, me losing my mind. Val Pancake said, Rick Astley, thank you. Nils New York said, Solo is an awesome wrestler. Can confirm. Go buy stuff. Taylor said, look out, gravy people. Bechamel is the sauce. How do you feel about that? Put that in your gravy boat. Solo said, I'm pretty sure RJ doesn't need gravy, but we should wrestle in a parade. I would love if there was a ring on wheels and we were just wrestling as people were waving and we were just beating the shit out of each other. That'd be great. RJ Sargent said, the theme song to the old school Nickelodeon show, Hey Dude, if you got that in you. Happy Easter. Hey Dude. That's King of the Hill now. Hey Dude. But I do have, and hopefully this works as a replacement, Salute Your Shorts. We run and swim and sit and play. But the dears that last forever are our dear friendships. Camp Anawana, we hold you in our hearts, and when we think about you, it makes me want to fart. I know a bunch of Nickelodeon songs, and that Hey Dude is not one of them because it was weird. It was too adult. You know what I mean? Hey Dude. That I remember. So I hope that holds you through. Dear Lord. Katie said, everything I've learned in life has been from Bronson Pinchot. That is true. Katie said, RJ is dead inside. I'm also dead on the outside. Man, that game was tough. Katie said, what about hollandaise sauce? Yeah. What about hollandaise sauce? Spot Center said, bosom buddies or perfect strangers? Well, if we're talking about bosom buddies, the musical and movie like Mame, then that. But if we're talking about the sitcom, then Perfect Strangers. Ty said, Hey Dude was a great show. Salute Your Shorts is an even better show. Katie said, look how good wrestling in a truck turned out for Dustin Rhodes and Blacktop Bully. That's a deep cut. Val said, fantastic choice, RJ Sargent, and fantastic substitute, RJ City. Chris said, FMW had a ring in a river match in 1995. Neil said RJ's version of the songs is better than the originals. I'll tell you what the weirdest place I guess I ever wrestled was in the middle of a town on like their main street. They put the ring like dead center. They closed the street because I think it was in August, they had a little thing called Carrot Fest, and it was a celebration of the town's carrots. It's not that far from me, even it's like an hour from me, and everything was carrot themed. And if they didn't like you, if you were a bad guy wrestler, they would take like the nubs of the carrots and they would throw them at you in the ring. And I wrestled Steve Carino on one of the shows, and he came out and to get people to boo him, he cut a promo about how corn was better than carrots. And sure enough, after he said that, someone threw an ear of corn into the ring. Hee-haw. Queen said, Jessamine Duke just released some new shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees. I ordered the black and green. Well, you're going to look hip and happy and gaming. Jay said, are you in the new Arquette documentary? That will be the only reason I watch. Kidding, Arquette rules, but hope you're in it. I'm in it. I'm not in it enough to justify the torture he's put me through for the last 2 years, but I am in it. It's a lot of him. Should be a lot less him. Should be me and Rosanna having brunch. Jessamine said, why? Oh, why? Yes, I did. Oh, she's not even talking to me. Nails New York said, oh my God, Carrot Fest sounds awesome. Ty said, carrot? Oh, great emoji. Carrot said, don't be so down on your humble beginnings in Bradford. Somebody's been to Carrot Fest. Jessamine said, no wonder Steve Carino thinks you pushed the envelope. Yeah, I'm a real saucy guy. I'm not a gravy guy. I need to put some butter in this. Jeff said, have you ever met the wrestler New Jack? I might have, although I don't think so. I feel like maybe once when I first started, but I'm going to say no. I think I may, like almost would have. I feel like maybe someone was going to book him and then they didn't or whatever. Seems like a nice fella. I did just watch the documentary, though. And he was just talking to Channing Decker on the Greek Town Instagram. Nielsen New York said, I'm sick of waiting to see this documentary. What's the holdup? Well, the whole world is on pause. It was going to debut at South by Southwest, and we were going to watch the movie, and then we were going to wrestle, which is I was looking forward to. And then, you know, the world hit the skids, man. It wasn't so good at all. Jay said, how was the Body Guy show? You judging cracked me up as a stick figure. It was great. I didn't get paid for the use of my voice, but it was great. Katie said, the torture that is known for the rest of your life, Monster Brawl. Yes. So again, I did a movie called Monster Brawl. Look it up and give me your pointed reviews. Nail said, no, run away from New Jack, turn around and leave. Fair enough. I'm gonna put a little butter in this. I think it's necessary. I want something a little more full bodied. Sometimes, you know, I have a theory that like diner coffee, you're at a breakfast diner or something, drink that coffee from their pot. I'm convinced it has no caffeine in it. It's just light. It tastes so light. It tastes so watery. And I feel like you just drink it all day and nothing will happen to you. So this is kind of, I'm making basically a bulletproof sandwich. I did coffee, the powder, and now more coffee. Top it off. I have my whisker here. And of course, once again, these underwear are brought to you by the people beneath. Because in many ways, they're underneath me. Isn't that a nice sound? Isn't that amazing what we can do with technology today? I should have really put the bulletproof in first. That's usually the way I like it, but nevertheless, we're going to make do. And we are making do because we're doing it. Let me, okay. There we are. Let that settle. Once back to these fun people. Will Hunter or Perry Sound, said Katie. I say Perry Sound, and I don't know why. Jeff said, did you see the Brawl for All episode of Dark Side of the Ring? I haven't yet. I will. I've got it loaded up, and I'm very excited. I'm a big fan of Brawl for All because it's something I would never participate in. Ty said, why would anyone go to a breakfast diner? Yeah, and they'll be ordering expensive $60 Reuben sandwiches and not finishing them. Nicholas said, RJ, if you could have any manager, past or present, who would you have chosen? Oh, that's such a good question. That is such a good question. I want to say off the top of my head, I want to say Freddie Blassie. But then I want to say Lou Albano. But then I want to say the Grand Wizard. Then I want to say, Bobby Heenan. He's so good. Maybe not Bobby Heenan, only because he's that good. Who else would I say? Sherry. I loved Sherry. Francine. People have tried to get Francine to come manage me, and I'm sure she will at some point. That'll be fun. But yeah, I would say my top two are maybe Captain Lou and Freddie Blassie, so we could all sing together. You know, Marty DeRosa from Marty and Sarah yesterday brought up an idea that I should manage The Revival. And I was like, that's not bad at all. I think I can handle that. That was a fine question. Heel Bradley said RJ was also in Magnum's Opus. Yes, you know what? I'm going to share that on my YouTube channel after this is done. Look in the community thing. This wonderful wrestler, Magnum CK, did a documentary, and I'm in it a lot, but I have no personal connection to him. It's just me ranting about wrestling, but it's fun. And it's a nice documentary. Nail said, it blows my mind that he puts butter in coffee. It truly is the apocalypse. You got to get on the bandwagon, Nails. Get some of this. It'll brighten your day, that's for sure. Val said, because breakfast diners are amazing. I don't know, but you have to ask that. Ty said, breakfast foods ain't my thing. Wow, I guess this girl gets up in the... What have you been eating this morning is my question. Aaron says, damn, I want a Reuben. An Easter Reuben would be amazing right now. And a nice hot cup of coffee. You kidding me? Nail said, RJ and Sensational Sherry. Katie said, Mysterion the Mind Reader is RJ's greatest manager. Has he managed me? I think he's just managed against me. And then done magic tricks in the back, and I like him. Jay said, you could be a new age Johnny Polo. That's for sure. RJ Sargent said, it has to be Blassie. I have to be managed by Freddie Blassie. Nail said, it would be hilarious if the Revival do their exclusive shoot interview in their underwear with RJ while singing show tunes. I'll tell you something. You know who else has been begging to get on the show? Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, if that's his real name. And I'll tell you something. I don't think your social numbers are big enough. Keep tweeting, kid. Katie said, can you tell us more about Magnus von Steel? I don't know a Magnus von Steel. Other than it sounds like an amazing wrestler. Anyone named Magnus will kill you. You need to have killed the man to be called Magnus. Nicholas said, Cobb salad or bust. I know. All these people want me to work these places. And I'm like, okay, tell them to get a Cobb salad. It's like it's literally one thing I want. And if you can't produce that, you can't produce anything for me. How am I going to trust you with handling my career when you can't even get me a salad? And it's a hearty salad. It's not a mixed green. There's a lot in there. It's basically a Reuben in a salad. It's a meal. Or Zack Ryder jumped the shark like 7 years ago. It's wrestling. Wrestling never jumps the shark because the concept of wrestling is already past the shark. The shark's going, what the hell was that? Katie said, is it Carmack said, yes, please get Zach on. I'm sure I'll do it one day. Katie said, is that a Whoopi Goldberg mug? Not just Whoop. It's everyone from The View. Thank you. I didn't even point that out. There's Meghan McCain with her cacti. Sonny Hostin, that one lady I don't know, and Joy with her dog. And it says, as we should remember, take a little time to enjoy The View. Jackson asked, have I ever met Drew McIntyre? Yes, once. I literally said hello, and that was it. Sorry to underwhelm you with that story, Jackson. Jay said, yeah, Zack Ryder keeps using his wife's coattails. Now he's trying to ride mine. And by the way, his fiance owes me $10. Ty said, but why Cobb salads when there are so many different variations of the salad? Well, because you can put your own little spin on it. There's a little room for creativity, but there's some stalwart things that need to be in there. There's got to be a hard-boiled egg. There's got to be another kind of meat. There's got to be some cheese. There's got to be tomato and cucumber. And there's a sauce. Maybe you could put gravy on it. Mrs. Parnell's, any of the Parnells there, do you put gravy on your salad? Brandon said, you know who loves a good Cobb salad? My dad. And I'm so happy that such a wonderful, wonderful lunch item can bring you two together. Nils New York said, I live in Long Island. I love Ryder. It's the law. RJ said, can Zack Ryder get on the show if he brings Chelsea with him? Only if Chelsea pays back her $10 first. Jonathan said, I'm very late to the party, but good morning and happy Easter, y'all. Especially to you, RJ. Well, thank you. It is my program. Jeff said, Jackson and I bumped into Zack Ryder at Disney after WrestleMania when it was in Orlando. I will say he's good at Disney. He's going to be a tour guide there one day once he hangs up the boots, and he's going to do a great job. Katie said, what about the breadsticks from Wendy's for a salad? What am I going to do? You see the breadsticks? I got to put balsamic dressing on breadsticks. I need some greenery. I need a lush garden. Michelle said, hello, everyone. I totally overslept. Hope you all are having a lovely morning. Well, welcome, Michelle. You're doing great. Eric said, Megan McCain gets cornet heat. Yeah, I know. Look, I just wanted the free mug. Chris said, when Zach and Chelsea get married, will Chelsea's debt transfer to him? No, she has to pay it because she incurred the debt on her own. It has to come from her bank account. Val said, Jeff, I met Drew McIntyre in an indie show like 5 years ago. He was super nice. We talked about our cats. Well, maybe Drew and I have a lot in common then. Eric said, do you think Kevin Sullivan did it? No. Katie said, red onion or white onion in salad? I think red has more flavor. I haven't done an onion taste test in a while. Maybe I should do that next week. Oh, look at my face. I'm a mess. What happened to me? RJ, do you have a finisher or a signature move, or is that beneath you? Nicholas, where have you been? Well, I guess nobody's been wrestling for the past year. Wrestling's been canceled. I have a move called Knee Arthur. It's my finishing move. And I point to my knee pad. I pull down a knee pad, revealing another knee pad with a picture of B. Arthur's face on it. And then I pop my opponent up and I strike them in the face with my knee. And I know it sounds like a joke and a bit, but it's real. And people in here will attest that they have seen it and they like it. It's a good move. Katie said, fries with gravy is considered a salad. No, it's not. There's no vegetable. Potato is like one of those tube things. Spot Center said, could you randomly touch your face to drive certain people crazy? No, because I do it enough anyway. I remember I have to not do it. I have to sterilize and wash this. Thank you for reminding me that I shouldn't be. Because this is real, by the way. Ty's voting red onion. Carmax is voting red onion. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Katie said, RJ's empty arena telethon from the Don Koloff Arena. I do that. Eric said, is Zack Sabre Jr. part of the tribe? I can't help you because I don't know what you're talking about. Aaron said, Knee Arthur is very important to me. Neil said, yes, Knee Arthur is deadly. Nicholas said, that's amazing. Thanks, RJ. No, thank you for setting up my finishes so nicely. Eric said, red potatoes. Well, here's my question. If you have red onions, so you have to have red potatoes. This is something to think about. These are the things that we should all be talking about as a society. It's very important. If you're just joining me, of course, I'm making coffee as I have made it, and I'm now sipping it. I'm wearing these hip beneath, and this color is called Yosemite, and it's fun. It's got a full spin because I have nice hamstrings, and I'm comfortable with them. There we go. Michelle said, when you say gravy, do you mean like brown or white gravy, or are you talking about spaghetti sauce, aka gravy? That's another good point I need to bring up. A lot of Italian people will call tomato sauce gravy. Put some gravy on the pasta. Those are only, and not all Italians. It seems to be a very New York Italian thing. However, I'm aware that other gravy, brown gravy, is different and more of the gravy as opposed to the tomato sauce. But it's also gross. If you have to call it brown, if you have to put brown in the middle, before anything, it's gross. It's gonna be more gross. White gravy. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, I know what white gravy is. I've seen it at Cracker Barrel. It's not my bag. Look, I'm sure you're all nice people, but it's just not me. Chris said, red onions for salad, white onions for burgers. Now that is a good rule of thumb. Nicholas said, red potato, green onions, that's a rule. Green onions, of course, by Booker T and the MGs. Jay said, gotta go, man. It was nice spending my Easter morning with you. Happy Easter, bud. Happy Easter to you, Jay. Katie said, your underappreciation of Betty White is shameful. No, I don't have an underappreciation. I have a grudge because B. Arthur had a grudge with Betty White because B did not like Betty because Betty, in all honesty, was full of shit. Okay? There, I said it. She's a fake. She's a phony. And you're all falling for it. And I'm the one speaking the truth, but years from now, the truth is going to come out about her and Mark Ruffalo, and then you'll all look at me and say, RJ, you were right. Thank you for protecting us. Eric said, you never want to eat too many red things. Dolores said, Vidalia onions on a salad. Now we're getting fancy, Dolores. Nicholas said the Italians call it a Sunday sauce. Eric said, Nicholas, that's not a hard, fast rule. Ty is just laughing. Katie said Gore Vidal on a salad. Tom said, what about au jus with a nice roast beef? That's a little better. That seems a little more natural to me. Michelle said, damn, did everyone lose this feed? No, I'm here. Val said, these gravy people need to cool their jets. Yeah, it sounds like a real gravy cult, if you ask me. Ty said, your reaction to knowing what white gravy is made me choke laughing. Thank you. No, thank you for realizing how disgusting it is. Spot Center said, the last time I had the flu, I made brown gravy. Was that before you got the flu? In my pants. That wasn't that wasn't pleasant at all. Said in a David Letterman voice. Yeah, and after you have to go, ugh, in my pants. Nell said, seriously, Sundays are bizarre. Eric said, Betty and Mark Ruffalo are about to sign to Impact. Who do you save? I would save Impact. They're both horrible people. Nee said, what type of shrubbery do you like on your salad? Straight up lettuce, kale, or arugula? I like a mixed green with arugula sprinkled on top. The arugula has a nice spice to it. It's very nice. Very low in calories compared to the other greens. Nils New York said F Mark Ruffalo, and I could not agree more. I'm with you. Katie said, is Betty White part of the globalist elite cabal? Absolutely. She's heading it up. Chris said, the cafe at my work used to do turkey wraps with red onion and garlic mayo. It was fantastic. You don't want to talk to people right after that. That's something you would have to rinse with bleach afterwards. Don't do that. That's horrible advice. Tom said, they're all on the gravy train as it was. Yeah, that's how that started. These gravy train people are ridiculous. Jonathan Santos said, Mark Ruffalo and Betty White. Who are the other two on your Mount Rushmore of disdain? Number 3, Peter Forsberg. He's a hockey player, played for the Colorado Avalanche. Fairly popular. I was, as a child, outside of Maple Leaf Gardens, where the Colorado Avalanche and the Maple Leafs were practicing. And as the players came out, they all gave me autographs, except Peter Forsberg. He brushed me off and he got on the bus, and I was devastated, and I started crying. And I'm not going to let it go, ever. So one day I'm going to run into him, and this is not going to be pretty. So Mark Ruffalo, Betty White, Peter Forsberg. Who else do I have a grudge with? Oh, the Pink Power Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, because she was supposed to come on The Cynical Crafter, and then she confirmed, and we made all the stuff and wrote the script, and then she canceled. Sorry. Now I'm upset. That's my Mount Rushmore of disdain. Thank you. Queen said, have you ever tried whipped coffee? This is basically what this is. I mean, this is basically almost a whipper, you know? That's essentially what that is. It's almost like a cortado. It's wonderful Mario Cantone would make. Eric said, hashtag FTR. Sounds good. Chris said, has kale gotten hipsterized or it's just me? I'll tell you, once the mainstream touches something, you can't buy it anymore. Soy milk was good, then it was everywhere, then no. Almond milk just got too mainstream, so we're going to have to stop buying it. Now we're onto coconut and oat and all that stuff. Ty said, Peter Forsberg broke baby RJ's heart. That's very true. Nail said, oh, that story makes me sad. Ben said, do you want my Peter Forsberg hockey sticks? Yes, just so I can sign them bad person and send them back to Mr. Forsberg. Kiana said, I will fight her, meaning the Pink Power Ranger. Let me do it. She lives in Toronto. Michelle said, did the gravy train start in a spaghetti western? I'm just going to go back to bed and stop talking if that's as good a joke as I can make today. It was a callback. You tied it all together, and that's why you're here, Michelle. You're very much the glue of this program. Eric said, script. Don't you mean format, pal? No, script. I script my things. Ty said, wow, beef with a Power Ranger. That's actually legendary. Yeah, but I'll tell you something. David Yost is a stand-up guy. Nelson New York said, we put him in a bad mood now. Jonathan said, that's quite upsetting. Damn, Kimberly. Eric said, what's the shade of blue in your chunks again? The name of this shade, according to the people at Beneath, is Yosemite. This color is Yosemite. So take a good look, everyone. Betty White is a part of a government coup to use birds as animatronic spying machines to get information for the bourgeoisie. That's a true statement. I mean, that's really only the tip of the iceberg of my grievances with her. Katie said if it was the Iron Sheik, he would have stopped for an autograph, not like that Hollywood blonde jabroni. I'll tell you something. Iron Sheik is someone I also, just before the crazy began, just like literally the week before he was on Howard Stern, I was booked to do a thing with him, a promo in the ring, and he's going to put me in the camel clutch, and then for a lot of reasons, it didn't happen. Eric said, you can't milk a coconut. You know, you aren't looking for the ones with the nipples. RJ said, I have a similar story. I was a bat boy for the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1994, and every player gave me an autograph except for Andy Van Slyke, who said, sorry, kid, no autographs. Listen, I don't know what Andy's up to, but you're going to run into him one day, and you better remind him. You're going to see him on the street at a cafe or something. You better go up to him and say, just so you know, 1994, bat boy, everyone gave me an autograph. Let these people know they're wrong, and then you can let it go. People shouldn't get away with horrible behavior like that. Kiana said, I'm open to coming up. Oh, I'm coming up to Toronto to fight the Pink Power Ranger as soon as the border opens. Well, so 5 years from now, we'll be raring to go. Eric said, David Yost is nerd sexy. How many times have you met him? I haven't. I just talked to him on Twitter, and that's why I know he's a nice guy. Amy Jo, nothing. Billy is the host with the most. Nell said, yes, Kiana, get her. Well, this is exciting. Eric said, Yosemite, not a word I'd associate with blue. Mysterious Spaceman said, I said Hulkala, which is, of course, from my wonderful cartoon, animated by the fine people at Solus Animation. It's on my YouTube. It's maybe like the last video I put up. Katie said, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? I don't know what that's in reference to. Nell said, oh no, I have to hate Sheiky now? Damn, RJ, this Sunday morning cult has a lot of enemies. Life will give you a lot of enemies. Eric said, he probably doesn't want you to sell it. Jonathan said, the Betty White conspiracy theories remind me of the scene from So I Married an Axe Murderer, where Mike Myers, as the father, was airing his grievances with Colonel Sanders. That's true. Also, I want to point out a lovely turn by Phil Hartman as the Alcatraz tour guide in So I Married an Axe Murderer. Spot Center said, Maria Manic knocks on the door and would like to stay with you during lockdown. Do you let her in? Knowing her and how angry she can be, she'd probably kick the door down and say, I'm staying here. And I said, oh, okay. I'm not an aggressive person. Ty said, my friends at work and I walk around and say to each other, hoagie, 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 randomly. Well, that's very sweet, Ty. I'm happy to be woven into your lexicon. Katie said, Teddy Hart has to sleep on your couch. Okay. Chris said, you ever have a coconut fresh from a tree? Yes, I have. And it was kind of gross. It's so like furry and dirty, like on the outside. And then it's just the inside is clean. And you're like, this doesn't make any sense. This is weird. Put it back in a can. Jonathan Santos said, his name was John Johnson, but everyone calls him Vicky. Michelle said, you know who never refuses to give an autograph? Our beloved RJ, because he's not a jerk. Yeah. I've signed a lot of stupid things. I signed a kid came up to me once and got me to sign the back of. Sometimes like they don't have enough money for pictures or don't have anything, so they'll grab whatever and just get you to sign it. I signed a kid's shoe once, and then I signed the back of a Pokemon card. He gave it to me, and I was like, because I don't play, but I'm like, maybe it's worth. So I'm like, listen, man, like, you sure? Because like this will devalue the card. This is gonna make no sense. You're okay with me? I'm costing you money. I'm not even getting it. We're just burning money right now. Is that fine with you? Fun fact, says niece, Betty White is also an axe murderer, but her many murders have been covered up because she has a perfect alibi of being a sweet first lady of television. Kate said, did Smith Hart ever crash? Smith Hart. I was in the ring with him. He took his shirt off and we formed with each other in the chest. And then he gave me single leg takedowns for like 40 minutes. And I loved it. OSWF said, Eric said limp wrist, hard fist. Nelson York said, yes, Eric. RJ, make it in black. I have a shirt. I'm not going to make that. Okay, maybe I'll find it and upload it again. I have a shirt that says hard fist, limp wrists on my t-shirt store. Chris said, it's only when people decide to brawl near your merch table. LOL. Spot Center said, Larry Sweeney signed a copy of the Declaration of Independence for my son. Please take a picture and tweet that to me. I would love to see it. The world needs to see that. I've also signed, one of my favorites is a Lawrence Welk album. It was very sweet. I believe it's called That's Entertainment, which makes perfect sense. Ben Joseph said, Big Daddy Cool Diesel refused to sign my HBK headshot once. They were at the same bar in the old WWF days across from Maple Leaf Gardens. Well, that's a little insulting, Ben. You gave the money to Shawn Michaels. And now you expect Kevin Nash to work for free. You should know better. You should have done it the other way around. Carmack said, he gave you what for 40 minutes? Single leg takedowns. Basically just like picks your ankle and then you fall down. Jasmine Duke said, ever signed something for someone, then they got it tattooed? Yes. A gal in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, bringing it all back nice full circle. I signed her arm. And like a couple days later, it's like, hey, but sent me this picture. And it's of it. She just got the guy to tattoo over it. I was like, that's my signature on your, and you're gonna. To be fair, she has a lot of other, some people are like, I'll just get different tattoos. It doesn't matter. Like David Arquette, like Sarah Shockey drew something. He's like, I'll get a tattoo. So she had it, and it was frightening. It felt so permanent. I was like, oh my God, I have to be a good role model for the rest of my life now, just because you got that tattoo. And then there's also like, if I knew you were gonna get it tattooed, I probably would have done a better job autographing your arm, because it's difficult. It comes out okay. It's a little sloppy. I regret my performance, so every time I see that tattoo, I go, I should have better penmanship. Michelle said, I have a mug you signed. Drink wisely. Love RJ City. Prominently displayed with my other kitchen whatnots. Nice conversation piece. Now that is something that I should sign. You know what I mean? That I feel like I raised the value of the cup to the right buyer. Eric said, got you there, Ben. Neil said, I was hoping it would be a boob. Oh, we've all signed boobs. Get over it. Katie said, did she have Betty Davis eyes? No, she did not. David's tattoos. Oi. Ben said, what are the odds that David Arquette gets an RJ City tattoo? He did say the cartoons of me looked like they would be a good cartoon, a good tattoo. He wants to get that because he doesn't want to get a real thing on my face, because that would be weird. Just this be very bizarre. But if one of my slight cartoons that are on the channel there, he may be interested. I don't know. If he's up late enough and bored, anything can happen. Eric said, what you drinking? Coffee. Where have you been? A mysterious spaceman said, who's your favorite tennis player? I'm a big Pete Sampras guy. If you know anything about me, I'm a Sampras fan. Damari said, hey, Justin Dukes, this isn't about me. Nelson New York said, have you ever asked another wrestler to sign something for you, RJ? Yes. I got Hacksaw Jim Duggan to sign a small piece of a 2x4 for my dad. Katie said, RJ instantly regrets every performance. Nee said, have you ever thought of doing an overly serious gimmick while not taking it very seriously? Like Raven, but he talks about B. Arthur? That's basically what I do. Neil said, David should paint you. He only does trees. Katie says, David wants a tattoo of RJ on his ass. It's the other way around. Michelle said, you gave me the lovely mug, and I give you a really hideous one that I designed. I feel like I owe you something classy to even it up. We all owe this world something. Let's find it out together. Anyway, that is the program for today. I want to thank the fine people at Beneath for the lovely Yosemite and this off-brand coffee. Who knows what it is? Let's get a final shot and a spin and have a nice time. Easter, so on, so forth. God bless you and Godspeed.